So I've got a nice decorative stitch for you now, made up of triangles. So what happens is one row the triangles point one way, and then when you come back and fill in, the triangles point the other way. So I shall show you the main stitch and then just some different ways that you can put it together. So I'm using my nice Lana woolen thread here, and I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work this way. So I'm doing the row that goes next to it, so the arrows are pointing this way. They're going to be the opposite to the previous row. So they come down, and what happens is, I'll just explain it with this one here, is all of the stitches are diagonal. They go straight across from one hole to another. It's not one down across and two down, for example, so they're diagonally across the holes, and we do over one thread, so that's 2 holes, 3 holes, 4 holes and 5 holes. And that's the same for each triangle. The triangles just repeat, and then these ones are the same but they point the other way. So I'm going to start here, and what happens when you're joining one, I'll go over this again, the 2 holes sits next to the 5 holes, so the long stitch of the previous row sits next to the shortest stitch of the next row. So this is a 2, so this will be 5. That will make a bit more sense when I get stitching. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up away from the stitching and take my needle down into the hole that's already got a thread in it. That just helps to push it through to the back and you're not sticking your needle up through the threads. So I'm copying this one here, so I'm 5, now I'm doing 4 holes, and what happens is you come down vertically like this now as the number of holes gets fewer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down again, 1, 2, 3, and then the last one is 2 holes. So it's 2 holes and diagonally across one cross of threads. So they always go at that same angle. So there's one triangle. And I think once you get one in, you can go back and fill in. I always find it easier to go back and fill rather than starting here where you're immediately compensating for a shape you might be filling in. So get a whole stitch in first, and then you can go back the other way and fill in. So it's just a repeat of that triangle. So this one will be 2 holes. We're doing the same thing again, working that way. So 2 holes, 3 holes, so we're just going up vertically now. 1, 2, 3, kind of makes half a square in a way. I'm not going to go up there because I've got a line along the top. I'm going to follow the line. If you were carrying on, the needle would come out there. I'm compensating, so I'm going to make the stitch fit the shape I'm filling in. I'm going to come up there, but you keep the pattern going. And so that would have been there, the next one would have been there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That compensating can take a little bit just to get your head round, but just keep counting the pattern and stop when you get to the line. So now I'm going to go back down and fill in that other way. There isn't one here because that would be part of the next row. I'm keeping this pattern of these triangles going. So now we're back to 5. So if you like, you can go back to, if you've already got a row in, count from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes 5, coming down now, 4, 3, and 2 holes. 1 across the diagonal, 2. I always count the holes just because I can stick my needle in and actually count them as I go. So 3, 4, 5. If you haven't got a row to come out of, to count from, I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that row's not there and this is your first row, the way to find it, because it's 5 holes, is a middle hole which is 3. So you'd come up in that hole, which is the next one down from the point of your triangle. That's the middle hole. So that's 3, 4, 5, and start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't need to work the next one out because you're coming vertically down. 4, vertically down, 3, the last one is 2, and that's the finish of that triangle. Come up as if you were coming upon the point. That's 3, that's the middle hole. 3, 4, 5, and that's where you start. So that's how to do it if you don't have a previous row to work from. So I'll just whiz down to the bottom. So 3, 4, 5. 4 holes, 3 holes, 2 holes, and then I'm actually going to keep going, so that would be 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just meeting that orange row at the bottom now. 1, 2, 3, 4. You do get funny little ones at the end of your shape if you're filling in a shape with a stitch, but don't worry about that, just keep counting. So 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'll just show you the compensating at the bottom. If I did the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I would be below the bottom of my stitching. So I'm just going to come back 1 to 4. Still coming down this side. This would be the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's low below the line, so I just pull the needle back. And then this little bit here should be this orange colour. I've got a bit of thread to finish that off with. So that's one row of Milanese, and then I'll just come back the other way quickly and show you the stitch going the other way. So again, put a whole one in, so I'm going to start there with this. So now my arrows are pointing that way because they alternate every row, and the 5 hole stitch goes next to the shortest stitch of the previous row, the 2 hole. So I know my 5 holes is there, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and put that whole stitch in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just double check it. Now my triangles go the other way, so they're going to point that way. So now I'm going across here, and this will be my 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Horizontally across, you're kind of making the corner of the square. 3 holes, 2 holes. And once you've got that one in, then you can go back and fill in. That's a much easier way than trying to work it out, compensating and to start the stitch at the same time, just getting a terrible mess. So get whole stitches in. There's my 5, 2, 3. Now my 4 is going to run off the bottom, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's off the bottom. Just pull the needle back 1 and go into there. So I'm still keeping that pattern going, just stopping at the edge. So now I've got the little extra bit filled in, I'm going to go back and finish that. So the same happens the other way. If you want to work out where to start, come at the point of that arrow, that triangle, and that's the middle. So that's 3, diagonally out 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should meet up with that, and it does. And then away you go again. Now you can do lots of different effects with this depending on what colours you use. So you can see here that I've alternated my colours between purple and orange. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 between purple and orange. But if you do it the same colour, you get quite a different effect. So I just want to get one more row in this. Let's see if I can show you the pattern it makes, because you get definite triangles and stripes when you alternate the colours. 3, 4, counting at the same time as talking. 1, 2, 3. Get one more. Actually, I won't get one more in there. So you get these alternating stripes, and you get these quite defined arrow triangle shapes. But if you do the same colour, you get a little bit more of a kind of a wave pattern. So just thread up the needle. Just using this Lana thread doubled for this size of canvas. This is an 18 count canvas. It's 18 threads to the inch. So there's my last 2. So then 3, 4, 5. Let's just get to the top. I'm not going to worry about filling in that little gap because I just want to show you this effect. So I'm going to go back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 5, but I'm stopping along the top there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes 3 and 2. So this will be back to my 5. There's my middle. 3, 4, 5. And the colours start to blend in now because I'm using the same colour, and you should be able to see how this row joins up now. You've got separate shapes before, but now this joins to this, and it gives you a bit of a wave effect. I need to do a bit more just to make that clear. After a while you find you don't need to count, you can see the pattern and the holes, but count as long as you need to count, that's fine. See those triangles start to join up now and makes a slightly different shape. Let's do one more thread just to show you. Starting with my knot on the top, and the thread comes underneath and I stitch over it. Check out our video on that if you haven't seen that already, on how to start and finish your threads for this technique. I'm going to make that the edge there, so that will be a 4, so that would have been there. Next one would have been there. You have to concentrate when you compensate. So let's get one more row in. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be my 5. 1, 2, 3. That's my 4. 3. 2, and then back to 5. Notice I'm always coming up away in the blank canvas, coming down into a hole that's got the thread in it, and that will keep your stitches nice and neat and your thread tension really nice. Get one more whole one in there. And the last one is a 2, and then I can just fill in the rest of this now that I'm there. And along here as well. These would be longer stitches, but because I've stopped my pattern in a line, they're all just going to be little shorties. And then this one would go across down into there. So it can be a bit tricky to change colour here, I think, but you can see now that pattern's changed. It's gone from triangles to a kind of a wave, almost a bit like a horizontal and vertical stitch now, from a diagonal stitch to a vertical stitch. So just by changing the colour, you can change the completely different way that this stitch looked. So that's some ways that you can work Milanese stitch.